Hello, welcome to the Seasoned RD, a podcast connecting newer professionals in the field of eating disorders
to those of us who have been around for a while. I'm your host, Beth Harrell, a certified eating disorders registered dietitian and supervisor.
And I'm Abby Brown, a registered dietitian who is newer to the field.
I think of myself as a well-seasoned cast iron skillet with wisdom and experience, yet always ready for something new.
And I think of myself as an Instapot with innovation and a fresh perspective. This podcast brings both to the table to share ingredients, recipes, and techniques of past and present so we can all be our best for the future.
The kettle is heating up. The skillet is on simmer. So join us around the table for true professional nourishment. Abby, ready to stir the pot?
Let's do it.
All right, in an attempt to give our co-host Abby a break and myself and our guests and our scheduling and producer, I took December off from recordings, and now I'm finding that we are without some content, so you get to hear me blabber today. We do have Adele LaFrance next week, and I don't need to say any more about that. You're going to love it, of course. There's another medical series, the first of the year, along with some brand new RDs to eating disorders. So I'm going to do some quick thank yous to all of you who have been listening. Things happened this weekend that reminded me of how important connections are and how things in my life to this point, no matter what I feel like I was just going through the motions before, the title of this is going to be We Are Both Teacher and Student in Our Lives and as Professionals, as professionals we're in our lives too. I guess I should have said in our personal lives. For professionals, last week's episode with Janice Baker made me want to be her student. I mean, she's going to do a Supervision Freebie for us in January, and I can't wait. She just has so much to share. And another example of a professional is registered dietitian Erica telling the group about a book, What My Bones Know by Stephanie Fu. And despite this long list and high stack of books that I have and many of you have, for some reason I went to that one next. And again, I'm for some reason focusing on the cherry blossom research, which was as a dietitian, I'm practicing it out with my patients and their relationship with food, and I'm loving it so far. So thank you, Erica. And something that happened recently, a shout out, I'll just use first name on this client because it's many, many years ago. I don't know, maybe 15. First name Sarah. And Sarah, if you hear this, then you can correct me on the timing of this, but I was thinking about you quite a bit recently. Don't know why, but Sarah is someone who has always been in my heart and always will be in my heart. We've been through a lot with her intense and raging eating disorder, through some pain and struggle a long time ago. I was thinking about her recently, and all of a sudden I got a text message from Sarah with a TikTok of someone singing about food. It was hilarious. I ended up sending that off to another dietitian student, Kate, because she's in the performing arts world. So you see how this kind of trickles? And other people who come up in my heart, for example, I made a recipe I haven't made in a long time, and sounded really good, and it was in my favorites. So it was from Anna's mom, and I can picture Anna's mom. I can picture Anna, but I can't reach out to them or thank you because I don't know your last name. I don't remember. It's been so long. But I made this yummy, yummy recipe because anyways, I'm sending it out into the world. Anna's mom, thank you for sharing that recipe many years ago. And then, of course, Abigail and her mom, I will never forget. Current clients, I'm just going to use first initials. I haven't gotten approval for them, but T. I was able to interface with a therapist who I've never been able to work with before, but because of the pandemic and virtual work, I'm licensed in 2 states, and this therapist is licensed in that state. And it was an amazing experience. So T, the book that's unfolding in Recovery Record that regardless of ever being published has taught us, you and I, we are both teacher and student, and the whole time, it has taught us so much, including things that I share with H and S who are newer to me, but I feel the same connection that I do with you, T, and I still do with T. H and S are newer, but they're in the beginning phases of this, and damn, they are working hard like you did, T. And T, your stories are truly, and your evolution are truly bringing healing. always slow, right, to this next group of patients that I have. Patience is hard. And then Kay, who is young and vulnerable and funny like her dad. A conversation with a mom of a young teen yesterday reminded me that I am in the right place. So I'm going to put a link in the show notes to an episode. Well, this really isn't an episode. It's just me jabbering. So how to stay energized and eager to do this work as teacher and student. To do supervision groups, supervision memberships are forming. Actually, supervision membership isn't available yet, but supervision groups, I do at this point have a couple of spots left in my membership, in my groups. So I'll leave a link in the show notes if you want to join. The best part, it's truly like, case consultation on steroids, but it's private and small, so we can be open and make mistakes in front of each other. We practice our wording on each other, do some of that nerdy stuff that nutritionists do, like, okay, what about reactions to egg whites and hard-boiled eggs, but not other eggs, and other kinds of things. It's just really fun, but also intense, and we just hold each other up in my groups. Anyway, the membership will probably be seasoned nourishment. So the ED will be capitalized, just like this podcast, for eating disorders, and then the nourishment, MNT, will be capitalized at the end for medical nutrition therapy. It's really just bringing in, I have this little homemade rating scale. I'm a 4, so if you want to learn what that rating scale is, it's an MNT rating scale. And I'll tell you, if you want to get into supervision membership, it's not available yet, but I'll put links into the different show notes as they roll out. Here it is already the middle of December, and I don't have that, but you know what? It's okay. There's no rush. I want it to be right, and I don't want to get stressed out about it. The second one I'm thinking will be called Goatee Locks and the Cherry Blossoms. I'm not sure, but stay tuned. I look forward to hopefully seeing you in membership or in my groups.
Let's lean on each other and learn from each other so we can grow together as professionals in this field of eating disorders. If you want to connect with me for supervision or membership with monthly content, please find me at bethharrell.com/professionals.